Hey guys, Jay here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this Rimuru sword. So this isn't a tutorial, this is more of a walkthrough of sorts where I show you in real time how to do everything, and it's not like my normal tutorials. So the video's a little bit longer and you can hear the sword is bouncing around in there. That's normal for these. So this is a foam Demon Slayer sword, I think. I talk about it in the video, that I turned into Rimuru's sword from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I guess I'm going to just get into the video. I'll explain a couple things at the very end of the video in the outro section where I film just like this. But yeah, so let's do that. Alright, so this is pretty much everything except for the paint. I don't have to show you that, it's just paint. But this is everything I'm going to be using to alter this. So this, I have no idea whose sword this is. The handguard looks like it's Tanjiro's, which looks a lot like this Tanjiro blade. Like how it has where it looks like a wheel with spokes. But I don't really watch Demon Slayer anymore, so I don't know what this is here, or what this color scheme is here. It's like, it looks brown for the wrapping, because the under is black. It looks brown for the wrapping, and then white here for this wrapping. So I have no idea who that is, or what sword that goes to. So, the good thing is, this is easy to color. I can just spray paint silver over this blade, call it good. The better thing is, I can do this. I don't need that. So, now it's Sasuke's blade, because it doesn't have a handguard. But I'm going to make a handguard for this, and you can see it's wobbly, but it's fine because it's foam with a core in it. So it'll be great. I did this before with another Rimuru sword that I took to SummerCon 2022. I believe it was 2022. And it worked out perfectly. So I'm just redoing what I did then. Anyway, so I'm going to not be using this specific stuff probably, but I'm going to show you how to make the ornament that goes on the end of Rimuru's sword. So I'm using one of these split in half ornaments. This one is a 2 1/3 or something like that. I don't know how to do those measurements very well, but I'm going to use that for the ornament for this tutorial or whatever, this walkthrough. And then I have these here. This is just a regular tassel. You can get them on Amazon. I'm linking everything in the description, so this will be on Amazon. Little tassel. I also have this little string here. All I'm going to do is use this to tie things off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tie to this and onto this. So what's going to happen is I'm going to drill a hole through here with a Dremel, and then with a bit in it anyway. And then this is going to get fed through here like so. So it'll be like this, but going inside of it. And then the ball will be here and the thing will be here. So this way it all just kind of goes together. And then I'm going to tie this off on the inside so that it can't come through the hole I'm going to put in here as well. You'll see when I get there. Anyway, all I have to do to the sword though, I have to make the handguard, which I'll show you, and then I have to repaint it. So yeah, let's get on to the hand, and the glue is here because I have to glue the string down because I don't want it to come undone. Anyway, so let's get on to painting the actual thing. I'm going to just paint this first and then I'll make the handguard. So luckily for me, my black comes in a big bottle here. So I can just dip it. I don't even have to do much. I don't have to put it in like a palette or whatever. But yeah, so you see how easy this is? This is all I'm doing throughout the entire handle. And then once this side dries, then I can do the other side. Okay, I should flip this over so I can hold it. That would help. And then once the other side dries, after I do this one, you know, let it do its thing, and then do the other side, then I can, because I can set this down like this with no paint on it. And actually, yeah, it's touching. So I can do that with no paint on the other side, let it dry. Then when that's dry, flip it over so that I don't get paint all over my thing. And then I'm also going to paint over this already black pommel because that also needs to be gold just like this. And I would much rather just paint over it now so that I can have it a matte texture, because this is matte black paint. So that matte texture will allow me to paint on top of it easier. So a gloss or a satin finish doesn't really let you paint on top of it. And that's why I'm painting this whole thing black in the first place. Not just so it's one solid color so that the paint looks better when I'm done, but so that it all sticks better. Because matte paint sticks other paints to it really well. All right, and there it is, all black. And it's obviously still wet. You can probably tell, I'm not sure how well you can tell, but it is still a little wet. I'm gonna set this off to the side so that it can just dry fully for a few hours. You can do that with the hair dryer, but this is loud and annoying, and I just want to move on. I'll show you painting the rest of it next, after the next thing, but I really want to move on to doing the hand guard right now, because that's the hardest part of this whole thing. So let's do that. You'll see I have two different ones here. I like this one better, honestly, but the reason I have two here, I'm going to use this one because I don't have any glue right now. I need contact cement to put this together. I could probably use something else like super glue or something, but I want to use contact cement to make it have the best hold and not have any problems, because super glue can still crack and stuff and makes it super stiff, and you don't want that. So I'm just gonna say screw it, and these are the opposite direction. There we go. Now they're the same direction. But anyway, you'll notice also this one has a point here where the blade goes. This one doesn't. This one's squared. That's just how these ones were. Obviously, I made this one off of, where'd it go? Off of the one that came with the sword that I have currently, and it has, there, yeah, you can barely see it, but it has the hole with the thing there. That's just how that one is. This one, the one I used for it, had a square, so I just cut it out. However, anyway, I'm gonna go over how to make this, but I'm using this one, so I'm not going to show you the process of making it. I'm just going to tell you because it's super easy. So what I did for this one was I used a product called What the Foam, which is a better, stronger foam that has some rubber in it. And I don't have any more of the 6mm. I only have this soft, regular EVA foam, and I don't want that for something that's going to be set like that on a sword somewhere. So I don't want it to be able to do. I want it to do this. You know, that doesn't work very well. So you know what I mean. So for this one, I use 6mm for the base and then 4mm for the details, whereas this one's 2mm, which would be better. I should have used 2mm to make these details and then did something on the back side, because I could do like a border here and then a border here, and that would look pretty nice. That would be nice for the back. That's what it's supposed to look like on his sword. So with this one being 6 and 2mm, you need it to be 10, because these all are 10mm. So you need to match up to what the one that was on it had. So with this one, I could add 2mm on the bottom to make up for that. So do whatever you want to do. I'm going to do what I can to get this. This one is more correct in size. This one, I was basing it off of my old sword, my very first sword, which is incorrect. It is bigger like this. So you do want to do this, but I'm going to get over it. I'm going to glue this one all together and do everything when I have the chance. But for now, I'm doing this for the video. But anyway, all you have to do is cut the pieces out, and I don't know where they went, but I have the templates somewhere over here. Regardless, I'll try to put these templates on my website. I can give you the measurements real quick. I know that going this way, so if you're looking at it here, if you're looking at it this way, this is where the blade front is, this is where the blade back is, and then the left and right. Oh, you can't see that. This is where the blade front is, this is where the blade back is, and then, you know, left and right. This direction is pretty much 3 inches. It's just barely under. It's like 2 in like if you take 1/8 away from 3 inches, it's that. So that measurement, and then going lengthwise up and down it is literally almost exactly 3.5. It's 3.5 inches wide. I'm sorry. So there you go. Those are the measurements that it is, and those are the measurements that it's going to print out at if you print it out correctly. So I have videos on that, and there's stuff on my website that goes into how to do the printing of my templates and stuff. So yeah. But anyway, so the page that you go on to do my templates to get them, on the very top, there's 2 things. There's a written and a video version of how to print off the templates at the correct size. And honestly, these ones, it's a PDF file, but it's going to be a piece of paper size. So regardless of how you print it, it should print out correctly. So you shouldn't have to worry. But like I said, I'm going to use this one. So that's what's going to be happening today. All right, so as you can see, I hope you can see, the black is all done. And it's probably harder to see because black on black is just hard to see anyway, but it's whatever. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing the brown on here. So I've got this brown color here. It's just this one. It's called Real Brown, and it's just apple barrel one. It's the same as the black one, whatever. But I'm just going to use that and go over the entire wrapped area with this brown, and then dry it and go back over it until it's a really nice color of brown. So I'm just gonna do that. I guess I'll probably just do this all like really quick or whatever in time lapse. But also you're gonna want to be careful not to get it down into the black. I cannot mask that off. That's gonna be very difficult, so I'm not even gonna bother trying. And this will take a few coats, maybe 3. I'm going to guess 3. This is also a bit watery, which sucks. It's not that well mixed. So if you can mix yours a little better, you'll get better coverage. But anyway, time lapse. And actually my camera is dying. It died in the middle of this. But here is it done so far. This is only 2 coats of brown. So as you can see, it worked out really well. I do need to change the battery in this, but I'm going to let this dry a little bit more. It's still a tiny bit tacky, so I'm going to let it dry completely for a few hours, and then I'll come back and drill the hole in here and then work on the rest of it. Now we are on to the end piece, the little ball thing that hangs off of it. So I was showing you before this rope here and this split in half ornament. You just paint the inside blue. I have one somewhere that I did that already. I don't know where it went, but I had one that I did that too, but it's whatever. I'm not actually using this. This was just the example of what you can do. I was gonna hopefully use this string, but it doesn't fit through the ball I have. So this is the one that came with my original sword. This is very nice, and it's some type of styrofoam. No idea, but I might repaint this, but it's whatever. I think I could get away with getting this in there, but I'm not sure. I mean, I can do like that, but I can't get it from the other side. But I don't think I can get both pieces in there to get it to string all the way through, though that would look way more correct than this thinner one. This is the one that came with this. The way it came was all this was pulled through it, and it was just pulled through one end and then tied, which is wrong. So I redid it. I ended up getting it through. So it's really annoying, but I basically have to do this to make that stiff and put it all the way through, like that. And then I have to undo this. Screw it, I don't really care. I have enough of it that it's not a big deal. So I'll get more of it. And then now that this is through here, I can thread this through. And this has a lot of residue on it from, it had duct tape. It actually had gaffer tape holding it together, which is a lot stronger than duct tape. So let's go through this way. Let's see if I can get I can't get that through. Looks like I'm going to have to do that again. It's annoying, but it has to be done. I think I just made the hole too small is what it is. Oh, it doesn't want to go through. Well, this is making the video awkward. There we go. Pull that through. Take that off. And then now I can go. This is how I put it on in the first place, was with it all on like this. I was able to once again tape it closed. But I can tape both pieces up this time. And then pull it through, and it pulls through like that. And then take the tape back off. And now, both sides are through. And then I just have to shimmy it around until it lines up. And I'm going to tie this end off. You'll sort of be able to see this end, so it would be great if it didn't have all the stuff on it. But that's all the residue. Nothing I can do about it. Tighten that. Bam. There we go. Now it's on there. And that's how you do that. As best as I can anyway. And if you really want to, you can do what I did with the gaffer tape. I had taped it up. I had to cut that length off that I taped up. Tape it up. And then stick that inside there so that it doesn't do something like this on accident. You don't want that to happen. But it can never pull itself all the way through, but you might get something stupid like this happening if something pulls on it or something. So if you want to tape it down like that, you can. That's up to you. But I'm going to see if I can't get this bigger one on there, because while I like the way this looks, I would like the bigger rope. It just looks nicer. So you do what you want to do, but that's basically it. You would do the exact same thing with this one to get it through, or however else you want to feed it through and tie everything off. So that's basically what you got to do. I now have the entire sword done. So both sides are silver of the blade, and obviously the rest of it is the rest of it. I might do this gold here. Oh, the paint came off a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to probably redo that gold as well to match up. And now that I notice it doesn't really look the same. And this gold kind of matches already. I don't got to worry about it. So it's whatever. Also, one thing I do want to do is redo this part. I know for sure I want to do that. I might make this hole bigger and then repaint this area a little bit. But I want to make it to where I can use this bigger rope. I like this one a little better. It just looks nicer. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but this was a lanyard. So it was crimped at the end here with a piece of metal, and then it had a little hook on the end for a badge or whatever. And yeah, just cut that off. So this I'm going to tie to another one of these, another tassel. And this is the tassel that this came with. I like how big it is, but it's fine. I might do 2 of these and tie them together. I have a whole bag of them from when I did them in the first place. These were from when I did that other sword with the other Demon Slayer sword that I turned into Rimuru sword. This is a little long here, so what I would do is cut this down, tie a knot into these, tie it all together somehow to where the knot's down by the actual knot here. And then I want to somehow get this to work. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out later. That's too much work for this video, so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, so that's that. And then I also have the sheath done. So it's this way. So blade is pointing downward. It goes this way. So you can see which direction the things point. And then I'll put everything together for you. Let me see here. That's the front. I have to remember which side was the front. You know what? I need to recut some of this to get this to fit better. So I'm going to do that real quick. There we go. Much better. And I put it on backwards. Damn it. That's what I get for not looking. You'll also want to be careful doing this. I have a clear coat on this, but that's going to scratch really bad if you keep doing this too much. But there we go. And now, yeah, there we go. Do it that way. Now you can see This part is where the front is, where this little gap is right here. He has that in the front, and then it has the tight swirls in the back like that. So when you look at it this way with the blade, the edge, the cutting edge pointing upward, you can see that it looks kind of like it's flowing down towards the back. It's going from the front, going down, and flowing to the back. That's what his looks like. So yeah. Anyway, so there's that. And then it goes in like that. And there we go. And then the only thing I have left to do, I'm not going to do in this video because I don't have any right now. Oh, actually, I just realized this could be up a little higher, but it's no big deal. I'll get over it. But I have to put the rope on here so that it goes around the body. So what that is more rope, kind of like this, but thicker. So I don't know what it's called, but you can get some at the dollar store and probably like Walmart and stuff like that, where it's one you keep in your car for tying things down to your hood. Comes on it with a handle with a black thing where it's all wrapped around the handle. And I can't find one right now, but we have one that's like red with some pattern on it. But that rope, if you get all black in that, that's the size you want for the strap that goes around your body for this. You're gonna put a bunch right here at the end, right where it meets up with this. So it'd be like maybe a millimeter or two away from the handguard there, just right there. Wrap it around a few times, and then down here you'll want it to be somewhere near the edge of the gold thing here. There's a possibility he could have 2 gold pieces here, and I messed that up. But if so, I can just add another gold onto there. It's not a big deal. But I might not. It's fine. No one's going to care. But you'll put one roughly around here somewhere. So it changes in the anime between like being sort of on it, being right next to it, being pretty far away from it, being way up here for some reason. And it just changes all over the place in the different arts, in the different art styles. So... and even from scene to scene it changes. So it just do whatever you like, whatever fits on you best. And then when you're wearing it, with the blue outfit, his blue trench coat outfit, he just has it hanging he literally has it hanging from his friggin' neck. So, like, oh, this is hard, but like, so he has it like this around his neck, hanging down behind him, and it's ridiculous. But when he's in this Demon Lord form, which is what I'm doing for the next cosplay of him, which is this one, he just holds it, and I don't know why. He never has it on him, but I do need it to be on me. I may just keep this in the cart, because we're carrying like a wagon thing around. You've probably seen them at conventions recently. People... Even us, I've had it in my vlogs recently. We have a wagon that we can carry around that many of the cons allow. The only ones that don't are PAX, and a lot of the like bigger Comic Cons might not because they have too many people. But I know that Emerald City Comic Con doesn't, but I don't go. But PAX doesn't allow them, so we couldn't have that. But Komori-Con, where I'm bringing this one, as well as Sakura-Con, where this might end up going too, both of those allow them just fine. So, and we've brought them to both of them already. Well, actually, we brought one to... No, we did have it at Komori-Con this year, or last year, I think. Regardless, the point is, both of them allow it. I've already asked them. So, we could just set this in the cart, and then I can hold it for pictures, or let go of it, or, put it away, so I can do other poses and stuff like that. So, we'll see what happens there. I may not even put the string on it. It all depends on what I decide to do later. But anyway, that's it for this, so let's go into the outro. Alright, so that was how to make this Rimuru sword from that time I got reincarnated as a slime. So I'm going to talk about a couple things right here at the end. So this is still the same. I haven't changed it out yet. I still have all the stuff over here. Actually, it's over there, but it was over here. I was doing other stuff, but I have it all. I'm just gonna figure it out later. I have yet to figure out a good way to do it. So until I do that, I'm just gonna leave it as is. That way I don't ruin this, just in case I can't do that, or can't figure out a thing, but it's whatever. I did find the rope for this, and it turns out Walmart does have it. This is not the exact one I used. This is actually a thinner rope that I used on the other one of these that I talked about. where I took another Demon Slayer sword, which was Mitsuru's sword from Demon Slayer, and turned that into Rimuru's sword. I'd gotten that at the anime store at the mall, so it doesn't exist anymore, but it was a store in the mall that we had. And I got her sword from it and made it from that. Did the exact same thing I did to this, and that's where this handguard comes from that I'm using. But yeah, I'd used this rope, this one that I'm using here for this on the other one, and then I had an ornament that was already blue that worked just fine that I used on that. It was actually one that you can see on my Mega Man helmet, these red ones. I was going to use ones that I had that were blue and paint them red and put them in that, and I went with clear ones instead, I believe, for that one. The ones I didn't use on those is the one that I used for this on the other one, on the other sword. Yeah, so I actually took this off the handle of the first sword I had. So I had my friend Hardy, who has both of the other swords, bring me this, just the handguard, and just the handle of the other sword, the first sword, because that sword was wood and it comes apart on the handle. So he just brought that to me. So I do want to mention how I put this string on, because it didn't work the way I wanted it to, because I ended up not having the things that I needed. So it wraps around 4 times. So it's hard to see here, but there's 4 layers here and there's 4 on the back. So it wraps around so you have 4, and it does the same thing down here. And on the other one that I made, I had little clamps that I was able to put the 2 pieces together. I had different string. It was a little bit thicker than this. It was even better than this. But I had little end pieces where you could clamp it around it, so it holds like a necklace together type thing. Can't find those. I have no idea what happened to mine. They're gone. They were in the thing over here, but they're gone now. I think I just lost them or misplaced them. So instead, I had to use a black zip tie, and you can see it, and it's annoying. But there's nothing I can do about it. So I have really, really tiny black zip ties. Not going to show you them on camera. They're only like so long. They're really tiny. And they're like 3 millimeters wide or something. And they're not, yeah, they're not even as wide as this 4 millimeter foam. So they're 2.5 to 3 millimeters wide. And then I zip tied it as tight as I could to make it so that the pieces wouldn't come apart, the 2 pieces of rope. I even melted the end of the rope to make it like a wider thing, so that when it was all put together, it can't slip out. So it's impossible to slip. And then tightened it as best I could, as tight as I possibly could, and even used pliers to press down while I pulled up on it and made it as tight as possible. And then cut the end of the thing off, not all the way so it can't like come out, but of the zip tie, but then burned it so that it was a melted end. So even if it tries to loosen itself, it can't come out. So I did that to both sides. So now it hangs like that. And so it would be like this on me. And I was saying in the video at the end there, how he had this around his neck. So in the blue version, his blue outfit that he gets when he's fighting the orc demon lord, you can actually see it. There's screenshots of it. I'm not going to put them up, but he wears it with this side so he can pull it out this way. And here, I'll just do it this way. So he wears it, you would think like this, right? Where it crosses over, just how you play guitar, because I play guitar. So that feels nice to me. But you would think, put it like this, so it would cross his body over here, and then he can take the sword out like that, right? No, he has it like this, choking him. And I have no idea why. You can see both ends of the string behind him coming from his collar. And I don't know why. That's the stupidest thing ever. That just chokes you, and I don't know why. But in his Demon Lord form, he is always, well, he always has it just loose like this, and he's holding it like this, and then he just takes it out. You know, he never actually leaves it out of his hand. He never hangs it on himself. He always holds it in everything. Every figure and every screenshot and every time he's using it in the Demon Lord form, he's holding the sheath in his hand. I don't know why. But yeah, so do whatever you want, honestly, for if you do the Demon Lord form. So anyway, this is getting kind of long, so I should probably shut up and get the video over with. So I'm going to do that. So that's the end of this video. If you like it, go ahead and give it that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.